What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Truck Driver Sean YouTube channel. Today, we're coming at you with a fuzz pedal, but not your ordinary fuzz pedal. If you're into fuzz pedals, this one's it's kind of a weird take, but it really works. As you all know, I'm the anti-fuzz guy. I literally have a shirt being made right now that says, fuck fuzz. I'm not a fuzz guy, but because the internet thinks it's funny, they're like, hey, we'd like to see you try some Doom stuff and mess around with a little bit of fuzz worship. At first, I was like, I don't know. But it's actually a challenge when you're not a fuzz player to play stuff that sounds okay with fuzz is actually really difficult. So hats off to you fellas who play with fuzz, because it takes a different skill set to make a fuzz pedal sound amazing. I'm still working on that. As time goes on, I'm sure my fuzz and H2M demos will get better. Right now, you're kind of stuck with like, what's it like when someone who doesn't know how to use a fuzz correctly uses a fuzz? So again, I apologize. If you're watching this and you don't know who I am, I'm an idiot. Just so you know, I drive a truck for a living. I do this as a hobby. No one pays me to do this shit. And every once in a while, I get really lucky and I'll get a pedal off a builder and they'll be like, hey, can I send you something to try out? And that's what this is. This just launched yesterday, as in Friday, the dirtieth. The dirtieth of September. Okay? It launched. This will run you $150, I think. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I'm going to say it's $150. It kind of takes 3 fuzzes, puts them into one box, and takes away some stuff and adds something really cool to it. So what you have inside here is basically, it's a modified Big Muff. We all know what a Big Muff is. Some of us have seen some. I experience it every time I visit your mom. Her muff is super hairy. I'm just going to put that out there. So, she's super fuzzy. All right. So, enough mom jokes, right? Poor guy at 903FX is probably like, why did I send this to this fucking jerk off? Surprise. You sent it to the booby prize. All right. So, this is very cool. Anyhow, I had a lot of fun with this. Been tinkering it. It's really good for the Doom stuff. If you're a Doom player, I know this kind of looks like Texas as a state. It's probably something the blues guys would look at it and go, I have to have that. But really, in my opinion, Doom is where this thing shines. If you're Doom, stoner rock, if you like Sleep, the band Sleep, we all like to go to sleep. I mean, we love it. But the band Sleep, if you're into that, if you're a Matt Pike fan, I'm surprised Matt Pike does not have, well, they just came out, so how would he have one of that? I'm sure if he runs across this, Matt Pike would approve of this because it is just nutty. Okay, so let's talk about what makes this unique before we get into what the switches do. What makes this unique is it is a modified Big Muff. So take it, call it 2 pieces, right? Even though it's in one box with one knob. Call it 2 pieces, sort of like a marriage. But you get to bring your side chick with you. You know what I mean? Like, your wife is okay because she doesn't want to put out 7 days a week. She only wants to put out like on payday. So you got your side chick, takes care of your dick the rest of the week. Or your pee-pee. Forget, it might be a family show. Fuck it. So yeah, just because it's a family show, let's have a cup of coffee. All right, so you're the Big Muff. You're taking up half the real estate because you're important, right? Then the other half is a combination of a ram's head and a Russian. We both know those are 2 completely different things, but they have some similarities. What happens when you smash them together? You get that blended with a Big Muff. So with taking away some of the normal controls that you have with those pedals, like there's no tone stack. None at all. None. That does is inside it has itself, so it doesn't scoop itself. It is what it is. It's right down. You're either adding fuzz or you're adding power or volume. This thing, if you turn them all the way up, she gets just stupid filthy. Just stupid filthy. Like drone type filthy. If you're into that crazy subgenre. I personally can't listen to this stuff. It's horrible. But this pedal would knock it out of the park. So let's go into what we got. You have a fuzz, you have an output, and you have a howdy. The howdy pedal, okay. So fuzz, let's see, what could the fuzz knob do? Maybe it adds fuzz. All right. And the output, output, volume, kind of the same thing, right? It's ta-da. I mean, do I need to say it? Just the more you turn it, the more aggressive it gets, louder, you know? And do I need to tell you that? You figured it out, right? Yeah. You're not slow. You're not a slow adult. Then you have the Howdy switch, which is kind of like a nice little surprise. That gives you an octave up that runs along with what you're playing. So it's sort of like having two guitar players playing at the same exact time. You have the noise coming through. That's your main set of tone. And then you have one octave higher. It's just interesting. And it sounds really cool. And it's very musical. And for a fuzz pedal to be musical, well, that is just something you don't get every day. Fuzz pedals are pretty much a blunt object, if you ask me. But then again, I don't know what I'm doing with fuzz pedals. Fuzz pedals. Fuzz pedals. So yeah. Let's hook this up. There's only 2 knobs and a switch. So this is going to happen fucking fast. So we're going to break out the good old Rev G20. My little friend. My friend. We're gonna use that with a little bit of dirt. Not a lot. Just a little bit. Because, you know, you don't want to add too much dirt to a fuzz or else it's just going to make hissy, pissy noise the whole time. Going to run that into my monster cab, which is loaded with a DB77 and Man O' War by Eminence, mic'd up with a Sennheiser 609 directly into my camera. Yeah, I don't know how to edit, folks. You're getting what you get. If you don't like it, I'll, you know, bring a helmet with handlebars and a set of knee pads and I'll give you something to do. All right, so yeah, and I'm going to use my signature Deviant guitar tuned to D standard because why not? All right, let's get this hooked up and we'll have some fun. Hopeless. All right, so we have the Big Tex hooked up to the Rev G20. This is what we got just for a straight tone out of the G20. All right, so now we've got the Howdy switch down. We have the fuzz and the output put at 50%. So let's get this thing turned on. So as you can tell, yeah, shit fuzzy. So what we'll do now is, you've heard it, the Rev G20 with and without it. So now we're going to hear the Rev G20 without it, with it, and then we're going to hit that Howdy knob. It's going to give us an octave up on top of what you're already hearing. All right, here we go. All right, so now you get to see the different stages. As you can see, you get 3 crazy different tones just out of hitting one switch. So we're gonna play around with this a little bit. She's super fuzzy right now, so we're gonna knock that fuzz down and then we'll show you how much fuzz she's got. I'm gonna turn the Howdy switch off right now because, yeah, we're just gonna show you the fuzz side of things. Just a straight up fuzz. All right, here we go. Turn the mic on would help, wouldn't it? Alright, so there you go. You've heard it with the fuzz all the way down, fuzz all the way up. So now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do it with the howdy switch engaged. Alright, here we go. Alright, so that was with the fuzz cranked. So now we're going to put the fuzz at half. I'm going to show you the output, because the output does change things. We're going to turn the howdy switch off, and we're just going to get after it. Alright, here we go. Alright, so now we're going to flick the howdy switch up and do the same thing. Alright, so here we go. Alright, so with the output kicking ass right there, I found if you just put it just a little off center, get yourself a pretty good tone. So let's check that out. right, so there you go. That is the Big Tex by 903FX. Huge thank you to the cat over there for sending that out. As you know, I got the... Jesus, I can't remember that. It's called Death Rider or something. I don't know. I can't even remember. My brain is just fried. I have no excuse. But anyway, I got a pedal off him, and he sent this one out because it hadn't been out yet. One of my thoughts on it. I'm sure after him noticing I'm not very good with fuzz, he probably regrets the living shit out of it. But I guess with me not knowing what I'm doing with fuzz, it kind of gives people like a different view and a different look at it. And those who do play fuzz are probably looking at it going, oh wow, I would have never thought of using it that way. Dum Dum had a point. So yeah, anyhow, very cool thing. Go check. They have a lot of stuff. They actually have some really cool overdrives. It looks like he's going to be putting out pretty soon. So I might be snagging up an overdrive to try, which is more down my lane. I'd like to actually do something really nice for the guy, you know. And I'm just not a fuzz guy, but I've been asked to do Doom stuff, so I figured, well, fuzz is Doom, Doom is fuzz. I mean, really, at the end of the day, that's what it is. Basically, the Doom guys want their stuff to sound like shit on purpose. You like it, you like it. Fuzz, not for me. But I will say that I'm finding the more and more I use fuzz pedals and do things with them, I'm finding an appreciation for them, and definitely a huge appreciation and respect for the people that use them and know what they're doing, because, oh, I'm stuck in the middle of a huge learning curve. Not even going to try to hide that. But yeah. Anyhow, go check out 903FX. The dude, his builds are great, by the way. Super, super good quality. Built like a tank. And yeah, support small businesses, man. You know, that's my channel's kind of built on that. Just support small businesses. Why? I mean, you're going to get a different take on stuff. Why go through people that are just rebuilding the same motherfucking pedal and putting a different graphic on it? Go try someone else's stuff, you know, and just have fun with it, man. You know, I'm having fun. I don't see this as a tedious task to do fuzz pedals. Granted, there's some of them I got that doing my Doom episodes with that are just not good. I can't even enjoy myself with them because they're not good. This is not the case with this one. Although, I do think it needs like a pot-smoking dead Jesus or something on it for the Doom guys, but, you know, hey! I don't know. I'm sorry if you're a blues player and you're checking this out. He's like, oh, Texas Blues. I'm not that guy. I apologize. I mean, if the Pantera shirt wasn't enough to let you know that I'm in my wrong lane, I don't know what to tell you. But I will tell you this. The guy that owns that company, he is a good dude. The effect is great. I say for fuzz, it's different. And it's musical. Like, it's chimey. Having that howdy switch on there, that is a very smart thing. And I know there's other pedals out there that do that, but it's very few. I did a little bit of research. Having an octave up on top of what you already have, it's not like you get rid of what you have. What you have is already still there, but it just puts another octave on it, so it's like two guitars playing at once. It's just neat. You know, like, I think even Billy Corgan from the Smashing Pumpkins would enjoy that pedal. Like, for those Siamese dream tones and stuff, you could get it with that shit all day. Pepper Keenan would love it. You know, and definitely Matt Pike, you know, the godfather of Doom. Stoner rock, whatever the fuck he's calling it nowadays. But, yeah, it's a great pedal. Like I said, you know, if the Stoner rock guys and the Doom guys probably ever buy it, he's going to do a blackout edition or something of it, or put something that just looks like, you know, I might murder people type weird stoner shit for a graphic on it. So it really is good for Doom. Ain't gonna lie. You know, I had a lot of fun just playing Corrosion and Conformity riffs with it, just because it just reminds me of like those old Corrosion and Conformity albums. Like some straight up Pepper Keenan shit, you know what I'm saying? Alright, thanks for tuning in. Keep music evil. Bring metal to the children. Check out 903FX and keep it fuzzy. And if you'd be so kind to not be a dick and subscribe to my shit, that'd be awesome. Cool beans, man. I'll catch you in the next video. Later.